Stop giving away money. Stop giving it. Listen, I'm Bruce Hill. I make sales simple. So I created New Skills, New You on accident. I was helping people get better at communicating, and what happened was they were getting promotions. They were getting their dream jobs, and one day someone was like, "Hey, this is all I have," and they handed me five $20 bills. Like that was the first time someone paid me directly for the work, for the impact, for the value that I gave, right? Not pay the company and the company gives you a slice. They paid Bruce Hill. That's when New Skills New You was born. So now those same skills we still talk about: communication, confidence, discipline, leadership, and sales. But the goal isn't to turn you into the killer closer, right? We don't want you to be the master manipulator, the powerful persuader. Our goal is to help you hear yes more often. Right, without sounding salesy, without expensive software, without complicated methodologies, without implementing artificial intelligence, right? How can we help you hear yes more often while being true to your authentic self? So that's the goal. And so it's really a personal and professional development training. It's not just sales training. Like if you grow, your business will grow. Right? So whether you're an individual contributor, whether you're a frontline sales leader, whether you're an entrepreneur, if you grow, the business grows, and that starts with revenue. So what I've seen over and over again is someone will come on the call, and this came up yesterday, so I'm sharing with you, right? They say, well, we don't really have a budget, we just want to talk. That can be really discouraging. You could be like, man, what a waste of time. But here's what I want you to do. If they took the time to talk with you, this is an opportunity for feedback. This is an opportunity to research. This is an opportunity to learn. And so when you hang up the call or you say, well, call me back when you have some money, you're giving money away. Because what I've discovered is that may be true today, but is it true tomorrow? Perfect example. So what do you want to talk about? They say, well, we understand you do one, two, three. Okay. How do you see that supporting your organization's goals? Well, four, five, six. Okay, wonderful. What are you doing today to help make that possible? Oh, well, we're not doing anything. How's that working out for you? I say, yeah, it's not really working out, dude. That's why we wanted to talk to you. Okay. Well, here's how I support organizations like you. That's where the little education comes in. How does that match with your needs? You say, man, this is exactly what we're looking for. Okay. There's usually range from anchor price, that's the minimum you get out of bed price, right? To something ridiculous. Go 12, 13x that first number. All right, give them a range. I'll say, where do you see your budget expectations falling in? They say, well, we don't have any money right now. Okay, I understand. Um, and that's why I'm not asking you for money right now. But in the future, one, two, and three could help you accomplish four, five, six, right? We're all on the same page there. They say, yeah, it does. Okay, great. How much would you be willing to pay for that? Hypothetically, because you don't have any money right now. And they'll tell you, oh, X number of dollars. Okay, where can we find that money? And this is where I believe if they took the time to schedule a call, knowing they don't have a budget, they're either bored, which can be frustrating for you, I understand, or they're interested. I want to assume the positive. They're interested. Let's talk to them. So I say, hey, where can we find this money? And there's different things I've learned and shared with you. There's different things I've done. What I generally do is like, when's the budget reset? That's an obvious question, but I'm saying it out loud because some people don't ask. When is the budget reset? Oh, it resets June 1st. Okay. Well, let's talk in April. Let's sign in May. We're ready to rock and roll June 1st. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it. Now, sometimes I've heard people use different budgets. Like the speaker budget might be different from the educational or training budget. Or they might pull together budgets from different departments, depending on how big the company is. Um, this is one I haven't had the chance to do this one yet. My friends told me that. I was like, this is genius, so I'm sharing with you. They gave them the proposal. They took the proposal and wrote a grant, requested a grant to pay for the services. So once the grant was approved, they paid my friend, and they've been working with them for years. I was like, that's genius. I'm gonna have to use that one. I don't work with nonprofits too often. there is a partnership coming up I'm excited about because one new skill will change your life. My point is, when someone says, we don't have any money, that's not the end of the conversation. If they have zero budget, is that permanent? Is it always going to be like that? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Do they not have a budget today, or do they not have a budget because they haven't planned? They could be going out of business. You don't know until you ask. So that really should be a yellow flag for you, where you say, okay, let's really dive into this. If you did have a budget, what would you want and need? And they'll tell you, okay, how that impact your business. And they'll tell you. If they can't tell you, that's where you educate them. That's where you position yourself as the expert. Some folks call it the trusted advisor. So now we have a solution. We have a clear understanding of the problem. We have a clear picture of the transformation, right? The outcome. And then we say, well, what happens if we don't accomplish this? We can't meet our goals. We can't hire. We gotta have to let people go. We're gonna have to, right? Okay, so this needs to happen. The question is, when can we make this happen? Where can we get budget from? So now instead of being a price issue, it's a problem solving conversation. So now instead of saying, oh, we just don't have the money, now we're figuring out where can we find the money? Where can we get the money from? And so if they take the time, the energy, effort to talk with you, and they're on a call and they're having a conversation, right? They're not stonewalling you, the camera's off, they're on their phone, right? If they're engaging, give them a chance to pay you. And don't assume, here's the lesson, here's the takeaway, here's where you're giving money away. When you go into every conversation assuming they're going to pay you in that conversation, give them a chance to pay you when they're ready. So we'll have another conversation about follow up. We'll have another conversation about staying organized, about longer sales process. But I think there's two things I want you to take away from this. Better questions get better clients. That's really where you are going to excel, is by saying, what questions do I need to ask in this situation? All right. That's number one. Better questions, better clients. Number two is staying organized. Okay, we don't have the budget today. Let's talk about, if you did have budget, what you want, and then when we can implement it. Whether it's a calendar reminder, whether you're using a customer relationship management software, whether you put a note in your phone. How are you going to remember to come back to this person, to this company, to this conversation? So you can stop giving money away. Because every time you make the decision for someone that they can't purchase from you, you're giving the money away that they was going to give to you. Just because they're not giving it to you today, this week, this month, if they haven't told you no, the answer is yes. All right, I'm Bruce Hill. I make sales simple. I want to help you hear yes more often. So look for more trainings like this. Leave a comment if you have a question.